I was in the LGBT community. I hope nobody ever finds my old Twitter account. I stopped listening to Beyonce when I became a wife. Welcome back to I Do Now What. I'm your host, Victoria Doss, and we're going to talk about why I don't listen to Beyonce amongst plenty of other artists. I don't listen to that type of music anymore, especially now that I am a wife, Christian wife at that. So I was not the person that I am now 12 years ago. Here we go. I drank a lot, like a lot. My number one goal my freshman year of college was to build my alcohol tolerance with vodka. If that tells you how much I drank. I was fornicating, I was club hopping all the time, cursing like a sailor. I hope nobody ever finds my old Twitter account. I was in the LGBT community for a long time. Lots of stuff. And then, bam, all of a sudden I got convicted of just everything that I was everything that I was doing wrong. And almost overnight, I stopped doing that. Like, my desire to do those things left because the conviction was so strong that those things were wrong. So once that desire left, I was still listening to the music that was glorifying these things. And I was very convicted of that too. The conviction was, I can't be listening. If I'm trying to stop cursing, stop drinking, stop fornicating, if I'm trying to stop doing all this stuff, I can't be sitting here like in the car humming along to the music that's glorifying those exact things. That doesn't make any sense. That would make it a lot harder for me to deny my flesh and try to, continue to keep temptation away. Bible says, resist the devil and he will flee. How am I resisting the devil if I am happily soaking it in my ear? And whatever you listen to throughout the day, like, you'll start humming it later on. You'll make tweets about it, random lyrics. The lyrics just never leave your mind. You can think back to a song that you knew 20 years ago and you could still sing it word by word. Music is powerful. But I did not want to have those strongholds over me anymore. I was trying to break those chains, not still be hanging on to them by a thread. So this transformation happened before I got married. It happened before I got proposed. Actually, it happened right before I started dating the man that I ended up marrying. At the time, I did not know much about being a wife. But I was very convicted that, this stuff could not carry over with me into my new Christian walk. I hadn't yet connected the dots for how I can't carry it over into my marriage walk. I hadn't connected those dots yet. But, I've been married for 10 years now, and I can't imagine listening to that, because if I'm entertained by it, whatever you're entertained by, part of you wants to be. I'm convinced. Whatever you're entertained by, part of you wants to be that. So if I'm entertained by certain lyrics, even though, the world worships, Taylor Swift and Beyoncé and Billie Eilish and whoever the world worships, it's probably not what I want to be associated with. The Bible says you can either serve the world or serve God, but you cannot do both. Do not be lukewarm, because he will spit you out. And I think a lot of Christian wives live lukewarm because they're still living, kind of their past, the things that they're familiar with and comfortable with from their past life. And they're trying to carry it into their Christian walk or in their marriage, or, and they're being lukewarm. My challenge for you is to write down the artists that you listen to the most. And go to Google, type in the lyrics, type in so-and-so lyrics, and just scroll through all the lyrics. Sometimes when we're listening to songs, we're singing the lyrics, and sometimes we're singing phonetics that sound like words, but we're not really sure what the word they were saying. But it's very eye-opening when you go to look at the lyrics and see what these artists are singing about. And you're also seeing what the lyrics are that you've been repeating that you didn't realize that you were repeating because you didn't actually know the lyrics. A lot of the music that you're listening to is straight up like demonic. I would imagine that some of the problems that you're having in your life, spiritual problems, are probably tied to the things that you are chanting on your daily routine to work. You're chanting and affirming in the car while you're driving to the gym, or while you're working out, or while you're going to sleep. Speaking of, my roommate had a weird experience. She used to listen to Beyonce all the time. She probably still does, I don't know. But she would fall asleep with big old headphones on, and she would just be listening to it all night long while she was sleeping. I remember one night she woke up and she was frantic, like terrified, like she like jumped up, and I don't remember what she was afraid about. I think she thought something was standing over her, like something like that. And something that she was dreaming about. I don't remember the details. This was a long time ago. This was over 10 years ago. And I was like, what were you listening to? And she said, Beyonce. And she was trying to describe the image that she saw in her dream. And the image looked like a Baphomet. That's what was like standing over her in her dream. And I think at that time, Beyonce's album had released semi-recently, where she is posed like a Baphomet, the album cover. And I was just like, well, there's your problem. I didn't say it like that, but you know, she connected those dots, but I think she ended up ignoring them and still listening to that stuff. So listen, I don't try to convince people to do stuff. I just plant the seeds and let God provide the increase. Let him do whatever. I just do my duty for planting seeds as I go. Things that I learned, I'm planting seeds. I know this was a super short episode, but that's okay. I've got plenty of episodes that I am recording today. By the way, this episode is brought to you by VidAngel. If you want to watch movies, but it has cursing in it, or it's got nudity in it, you know, your favorite shows, favorite movies, you can just remove all of that with VidAngel, like automatically. You can see which streaming services that it works with and see exactly what all it can cut out. This is really good if you have kids too. But even if you don't have kids, like if you just don't want to watch all the nudity and the violence, you can choose exactly what you want to filter out and it will skip over those things. Check out the description below and you guys can use our discount code to get 2 weeks free. See you guys at the next episode. Bye.